Hey, guys, Natasha here of Lovely You Blog here as always to inspire you to do life better. It is 2021. Yay! I am so excited to bring yet another Doing Life Better series to you guys, a new season for the Doing Life Better series. So I'm excited to kick it off tonight with my friend Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi.
And so I want to just share this because I was like, okay, I got to share this. So me and Tiffany go like way back, like
Way back. 20
we go
years
like
back.
20 years back. And when we were kind of on our little test run, kind of just chatting about tonight, I didn't even think about it until after we got off, saying like, gosh, we've known each other forever, since our NC State days. Go Wolfpack. I'll put that in there. Ministry days, we was in like our little campus ministry together. And so it's so awesome to see you now just doing so well. So again, just welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited and so delighted to be here with you.
So awesome. And so of course I want to thank you all for tuning in on this Thursday evening, and anybody who will be watching the replay, we want to thank you as well for watching. Drop us a comment, say hello, let us know that you're watching. And yeah, so I'm just again just excited. We're going to be talking about all things finances. As I was thinking about the series for 2021, I was like, January should be kicking it off with finances, trying to get our stuff together for the year. 2020 was what it was, but it's time to move forward and it's time to press forward into all that God has for us. So I'm super excited to kick off this new season of doing life better, centered around finances. And so I wanted to share, if you didn't get a chance to look at Tiffany's bio in the previous post that I had posted, I'm just going to share a little bit of her background. Then we're going to jump right in. Is that cool, Tiffany?
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome. Oh, hey, Margaret. Margaret is listening in. Hey, Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
And so Tiffany is a financial coach who has served for approximately 9 years in financial aid, educating students and parents on financial literacy. She is the creator and founder of That Makes Sense, and she currently assists clients virtually via one-on-one customized sessions and giving back to the community by providing free financial, spiritual, and health seminars within a Facebook group called Free Financial Fridays. And see, I just heard about this, so I'm going to be tuning in on Fridays now because sisterhood
Yes.
needs a little bit of help. So that's a little background about Tiffany. And so now we have a couple people tuning in, Gregory and again, Margaret and Deborah. So we'd like to welcome them.
Greg. Hey, Mom. That's my mom.
Oh, hey, Mom. And so that was a little bit of background about you. And so now I really just want to, if you can share some on That Makes Sense. Like, what is it, and what are you doing with that?
Okay. So I am a financial coach, and I'll just share briefly how I got started. About 4 years ago, I became a part of a company called My Econ. So I have my shirt on tonight, very excited. But in My Econ, it is the personal financial success company. So My Econ's main product is a membership, and the membership is a financial membership that just teaches people how to lower your taxable income, how to build, maintain, and repair your credit. It talks about debt elimination, budgeting, increasing your investments. And so I started doing it. I was low key hush about it. I was just working the strategies that I was learning. And after 23 months, I had my car paid off. Wow. I had lowered my taxable income. I increased my credit score. I also increased my emergency fund. I started investing.
Wow.
And all that I just purchased my first home 1 month ago. Yeah.
Yay!
So
Congratulations. That's
thank
exciting.
you. It is exciting. So just in this short amount of time, I was able to accomplish so much. And so God began to stir on my heart, like to create my own brand out of this and begin to focus on the budgeting, the debt elimination, and credit repair specifically. And so that's what I do, and that makes sense. We do consultations, help people set up a budget, help them just have that accountability to stick to a budget, because you can set it up, but if you don't do anything after that, then it's not very helpful. so so we meet virtually one-on-one, which is very convenient, especially during this time. And then I also do webinars where I would go to churches and just conduct sessions based on topics that are requested. And then, as Tasha mentioned, we have a Facebook group called Free Financial Fridays. And we're there every Friday from 7 to 9, not 7 to 9, 7 to 8, sorry, p.m. And we just give out information free. So we've talked about budgeting, debt elimination, credit repair, financial aid 101, home buying. We've talked about so many different topics, health and wellness. So feel free to join us. It's free. We have challenges every month. And Tasha and I were laughing about how much we love challenges because we're both very competitive. So, and
Yes,
then
I said I can't wait to join. Go ahead.
yes, join us. And then lastly, I recently created a journal on Amazon. So I have it here, and it's just a way where people can jot down like their plans, their goals, what they plan on doing, scriptures, whatever you plan to do. It's just a great way to jot those things down.
So Margaret says, what's the group name again?
It's Free Financial Fridays.
Free Financial Friday.
Fridays, yes.
Yes. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple of things in the comment section, like where you can get your book and all that. I'm just going to put it in the comments real quick.
Okay.
And but yeah, I'm so excited because it's like, we know each other, follow you on Facebook, known each other, like you said, 20 years. So we go
Yes.
like way back, and I didn't know all this, but it's so funny. But so when I saw it, I think I saw it like the end of last year, that you're like a financial coach and you had all this going on and been doing it really almost 10 years, And so I was like, oh my gosh. So the Lord laid on my heart to bring you on because as Margaret said, give us all the help. I saw it in the comments. Give us help, girl.
Absolutely.
You're a financial guru. You've been working on it. And like you said, you have applied it as well. So I love that. And so I'm excited also about, like you said, your free Financial Fridays. I'm looking forward to getting plugged into that as well. But one thing I wanted to do that we had kind of chatted about before this is if you could just kind of talk a little bit about like our biblical grounding in finances. Like, why is it important to us as believers to be, have good foundation and good practices when it comes to our finances?
Absolutely. So first thing, the Bible talks about finances 2,350 times. That is more than any other topic in the Bible. That's more than salvation, more than lordship,
Wow.
more than all of that. And so if it's that important to God, it needs to be that important to us. And then our relationship with finances is a reflection of our relationship with God. And it's also a reflection of our worship. And so one of the things that I thought about was Genesis 2:15, and it says, "Then the Lord God took the man and placed him in the Garden of Eden to cultivate," which means to tend and keep it and take care of it. So everything that we're talking about is us being good stewards and good managers of the things that God has allowed us to have. And that's way beyond finances. That's our health, our lives, our homes, our families. That's everything. So
Mhm.
we definitely want to be fruitful and multiply, which is a commandment from God as well. So it
Mhm.
all stems from just honoring God through our finances.
Yes, so just being honoring to him, being good stewards of what he's placed into our care, because everything we have is his anyways. And so, but what did we talk about yesterday? He wants to, or we want to ensure that we manage his things well, the things that we
Exactly.
place into us, placed into
Right.
our care. Yeah.
It's so easy to be in the mind frame of like, God give me more, God give me more. But he said, if you're faithful over little, then I can
Little.
trust you with more. But if I'm not faithful over the small amount of money that I may have, then why am I asking God to increase it if I'm not being faithful
That's so
here?
true. Wow. That's a whole word by itself, something
Oh,
that we could
yes.
evaluate ourselves on and say, like, why am I not increasing? If we ever have that question in our head, why am I not increasing? Why is my territory not enlarged? Like prayer
Mhm.
Jabez, it may be because we haven't been found faithful in the things that he's given us already. But yeah.
Right, exactly.
hmm That is so good. Look, I forgot Tiffany was a preacher too, y'all.
Yes.
Tiffany does everything. Oh my goodness. That's so awesome. That's so amazing. Okay, so we can kind of segue a little bit into your 3 tips that you're going to share with us. Yes, Margaret said faithfulness is key. Um, Debbie says that Genesis 2:15 reminds me too of Luke 12:48. Some good scriptures references.
Mm.
Yes. But yeah, so we can just segue right into our your 3 tips that you wanted to share with us.
Okay, sounds good. So the first thing I want to say is you have to have a plan. So it's really important to set goals. This is, all of these things that I'm talking about, you can take them outside of finances and apply them. So there's a saying that says many people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. And so when we don't have a plan, we just the Bible says we just run wild. And
Right.
so it's important to set goals, but those goals need to be realistic, practical, and have a time frame on them. So, for example, I could say, "Hey, I want to increase my emergency fund by $2,000." But if I just set it out there, but I don't have an action to go with it, I'm probably
Mhm.
not going to have an emergency fund and I'm not going to meet my goal.
Mhm.
But if I say, hey, I want to increase my emergency fund, this is how I'm going to do it each month. I'm going to not eat out twice a month or
Mhm.
twice a week or whatever. I'm going to take that money instead and put it in my money market account. So that's more specific. And I'm going to do it within 10 months or however long. So it's like making those specific plans and putting a
Mhm.
timeline. Another
Yeah.
thing that helps is having accountability. So having somebody, not somebody that's not good at it now, because you don't want to both be driving in the ditch, but having somebody that can hold you accountable to say, hey, these are my goals. This is what I plan to do. Let's do this.
Gregory is saying have a plan and write it down. So that's
Exactly.
really important, kind of writing the vision and making it plain, right?
Exactly.
And so it reminded me of when we were kind of talking a little bit yesterday. We were saying how, you know, when you're not specific enough, you can say, oh, well, in 2021, this year, I'm going to start saving.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you got. I'm like, okay. No,
That's
it
it.
needs to be way more specific than that. I love how you said just, breaking it down. What can you do month to month? What
Mm-hmm.
things can you take away that, so yeah, so definitely anyways, when you were talking about it, unfortunately, it reminded me of myself a little bit. So it kind of caught me. I was like, yeah, I think sometimes I make the goals, some financial goals that may not be as specific as they need to be. So that's a great tip.
Yes, thank you. One, Greg was saying it's important to write it down and put it somewhere where you can see it, because then it's a constant reminder and something that you can keep in prayer too, because these are things we're
Absolutely.
believing God for, but we're
Yes,
also putting the work with it.
that's good.
Faith without works is dead. So
I love that.
our challenge, we have a challenge for the year in our free Financial Fridays group. And the challenge is basically by the end of the year, if you follow the plan, you would have saved, I think it's $1,382. So that you can put in your emergency fund, invest, whatever, save it for vacation, whatever you want to do with it. But it's really, when you break it down, it's $36.50, I think, a week. So when you look at it and really break it down, it's like, oh, I could do that, you know?
I need that. So yeah. So you can forward that to me. Or we can share it at the end in the comments, because even if we were to start now, we can still
Yeah.
use what you're saying now to save for the rest of the year. I like that a lot. Let me get we have a few questions. Margaret said, what do you think about the New Year's saving challenges floating around?
Margaret, if you join Free Financial Fridays, there will be a challenge every month. Like, I am all for challenges because it when we're doing it together, like, we laugh about it, we talk junk about it, but we might fall off for a bit and jump back on. But it's been really fun. Testimonies of what I've been getting from it. People are like, hey, thank you so much, because I've been able to pay this credit card off. Thank you. I've been able to, reduce my debt. I've been able to start investing. So if you really go for it, like, it's so much fun. I love it, but I love finances anyway. But I love challenges anyway too.
Well, see, that's what I love about you, and what I've seen you passionate about it. And so those are
Yeah.
people like you that I want teaching me something. When you're passionate about it, it makes a difference. I want to, who's this? Let's see. They said, Tiffany, you, Greg, are very you keep reminding them, like, do you need it or do you want it? They must have read your notes, because we're going to be talking about that in 3 minutes.
We get ready to talk about that, Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina. I didn't want to mess her name up. Wilhelmina. Okay. And then Debbie said, a goal without action is just a dream. Wow, that's good.
That's
Yes.
right.
A
That is
goal
true.
without action is a dream. Amen. Yep. James
Absolutely.
2:22. Faith plus action. Absolutely. So awesome. Loving all these comments. Okay. And so what is your tip two, which they already kind of put it in the comments for us?
Yeah, to tip two is distinguish between your wants and needs. So a lot of the times, like, as we're talking and as we're out shopping, we're like, "Ooh, I need a new pair of shoes. Ooh, I need to get my hair done. Ooh, I need some new makeup. Ooh, I need a new car. Ooh, I need a new house." Like, whatever it is. But when you
Mhm.
really think about it, say it out loud to yourself and think, do I need this or do I want this? And
Yes.
so that really challenges our thoughts, because our emotions are so tied to our money. And so,
Mm.
like, for me, if I have a really rough or stressful day at work, the first thing I want to do is I'm like, I'm going to eat. I want a burger. Like, and so I want to go spend money. But I laugh with my coworkers about it. I'm like, I want a burger and fries today. Like, that's just what it is. It's one of those days. So because my emotions are where they are, it's triggering me to go make a purchase. And so think about somebody who's very emotional and they're just going to keep making purchases. That's not everybody, but some
Yeah.
people. But it's very important to just distinguish, especially if you have a plan and you're looking to sacrifice, which is another thing you have to consider, is what am I willing to sacrifice?
Mhm,
I
mhm.
definitely have to distinguish between what I want and what I need. For me personally, I'm not where I want to be as far as retirement yet, but I'm working towards it. So I don't mind sacrificing to do it. And I just got a mortgage. So all my friends joke with me like, girl, I know you're going to have that paid off in like 5 years. And I'm like, I'm going to pay it off as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
Debt. So yes. So
that
that's a very, very important thing.
is. I love it. I love it. As I was thinking about this point, I said, kids help me to, they help me with this point, like help me to decide what I really need and what I really don't need when I had all these kids. And
Ah,
so, so that's what really helped me to get it. And because it's almost like, um, like you're saying, when you're saying it out loud, you're like, oh, so a lot of times, I'll think of a pair of shoes or something like it's like, well, I really don't need it. Or even when I'm talking to the kids, I'll say,
mm,
well, you don't need this, but I understand that you would like it.
right,
So we go
exactly.
from there. So yeah, so it's definitely kind of training your brain and teaching yourself like what do you need and what do you really want. And
Right.
yeah, so
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
love that concept.
And it's knowing what you're willing to sacrifice. And, you know, it's not to suck all the life or fun out of
Yeah,
life. You still want to go have fun. You still can go out to eat and do those things, but not at the expense of not being able to retire or
yeah.
not at the expense of not being able to leave an inheritance for your children's children. So it's like you got to think about those things, and we want to obey God and be able to just reach financial success.
Mhm. That is so good. Grateful Thompson says sacrificing is critical. We have to forgo wants and make wise decisions. Absolutely.
Right. Hey, Mary. Thank you for joining.
And
That
then
is
Debbie, need versus want. So good. Reminds us also the parable of the rich fool. Yep. Luke
exactly.
12:31 through 30. Is that 31 through 32, I think? But yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I was thinking about that parable actually the other day. It's just like, he walks away so sad.
Yeah.
That's the part that I kept focusing on. Like, you can have Jesus, but you can't give away you're not willing to sacrifice what you
Mm,
have,
right.
Jesus. And he just walked away so sad. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see Mary said cook and eat burgers at home. That's right.
Oh, yes. That Oh, that reminds me of my parents a lot. When we wanted to eat out so bad, it's like, no, we got food at home. We got food to the house.
That's
Oh,
right. But sometimes it's just making those small changes that
yeah.
really makes a really big impact. So like Mary said, um, cooking at home instead of eating out
Yes.
or meal prepping, like that helps me a lot. I could just come
Mhm.
home, grab something out of the fridge, eat, and I'm taken care of. Or yeah, or instead of getting a coffee, let me make coffee here at the house before I leave. So it's just small things, taking your lunch to work or whatever
Mhm.
the change is, or increasing my investment by $5 or $10.
Oh, that's
You know,
good.
it could be very small changes that you make, but
Mhm.
it goes back to what are you willing to sacrifice?
Oh, you
Because the
will.
more you sacrifice, the more,
Mhm.
the farther along you get.
That's so good. It's so so true. I just remember us. We made a lot of changes. Obviously, when I left corporate America and came home, we had two incomes, and then we had one.
Uh-huh.
So having to adjust that way, being used to eating out every single day just because it was easier. But then, when we get down to one income, we had to make adjustments for that. And so, cooking more and doing those sorts of things. It's a sacrifice for
It
God called me to homeschool, so that's the reason why I do it. But it's a sacrifice and even from the financial aspect of it. So I just love this, trying understanding need versus want and knowing that there is a sacrifice.
It
And
is.
so, and Debbie came back and said that that verse is Luke 12:13 through 21.
Okay. Thanks, Debbie.
Got another question from Margaret. Says, what is your suggestion for balancing paying down debt, savings versus retirement? That's a great question.
I would say it depends on where you are as far as savings, because I would suggest having an emergency fund to the side first. That way, when emergencies come up, you have that taken care of and you can pull from your emergency fund. Then I would start paying down debt and um, investing in retirement, possibly at the same time. But again, it depends on where the person is. I have a contact and a really good friend in Primerica, so he looks at investment accounts, so he can break it down and tell you need to be, how much money you'll have when you plan to retire. So I love that because it kind of helps you know like where you are. And in my econ, we have software as well that lets you plug in the numbers and it'll forecast for you like, okay, this is what you need to do right now to make it to that goal, or either you need to stretch out your retirement time a little bit later so that you can meet your goal. But it really depends, Margaret, on the person and where they are in the midst of things. But that's a really great question.
It really is. Especially, I'm so interested on the investment end of things. Just learning more about that. But I'm going to be tuning into these Financial Fridays so I can get all the information.
Yeah.
Is that Mary? She's Grateful Thompson. Is that
Yes.
Mary? Okay, she says emergency fund first. Yes, emergencies will happen. Plan for them. Amen. I,
Yeah.
I can attest to that. Emergencies happen, whether it's something going on with your car or just anything, Lord. But yeah,
You're right.
so
And
just
sometimes
plan
it's
for it.
challenging because in your mind, it's like, oh my God, it's going to take me a while to build up this emergency fund, but it's so worth it to have it. And then if you don't need it, that's the added plus,
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Yeah, love that. Love all these questions and comments that are coming in. If you want to go ahead and share tip 3 with us.
Yes, so tip 3, I say manage your finances well. So that's looking at tools like budgeting. Like, do you have a working, active budget in place currently, like today? Making sure you have a budget, because a budget is going to help you. It's going to help you tell your money where to go. Otherwise, you'll be wondering where did it go? Like where it went. So, having a budget, having a plan again to eliminate debt if you have debt. How's your credit score? Credit is so powerful and important. Using my econ's credit system, I was able to, when I walked in the bank to ask about mortgage. So in my mind, I'm thinking, let me go in and ask them how much can I get. When she ran my credit, she said, how much you want? I said,
Oh,
thank
wow. Awesome. Yeah.
you. So that was such a blessing because it put the ball in my court rather than me having to kind of work around, their numbers. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very powerful. Of course, companies use your credit score as well. And then when you're making major purchases, it's very important. And then, do you have proper insurance coverage? And so I would say a lot of people have no clue what their insurance says or covers, anything like that. But it's extremely important to know, just have the basic understanding of your insurance coverage. And then the last thing is, are you investing? And again, that's something you can either put money in a mutual fund, or you can use apps like Stash, Acorn, different apps like that. And we can do a session to just share with people on our free Financial Fridays, just basic things to look for when you're investing. But one of our friends that comes on our free Financial Fridays, one great tip that he had as far as investing, he said, look, invest in stuff that you use. It's like,
Yeah.
if you drink Coca-Cola, invest in Coca-Cola. If you use Apple products, invest in Apple. If you shop at Dollar General, that's me, invest in Dollar General. So I invest in Dollar General because that's one of my main stores that I
That's
shop at.
awesome.
So It's like, and just be consistent. Like if you're putting $10 in, $20 in, just be consistent with doing that and you'll see growth.
Yes, that made me think.
I can't hear you, Tasha.
I might turn my mic off. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Okay.
yes.
I accidentally tapped it when yeah, absolutely accidentally
Okay.
tapped. But I was saying that Debbie brought up a good point. Tithe first. We know we got to give the
Mhm,
first fruit to the Lord. So that is, the funny thing is we can save all we want to, but if we don't do that first, it all just won't work out. So
oh
yes,
yeah.
tithe first.
Hmm.
Not even budgeted per se. No, because it's just our obedience to the Lord is to tithe first. Absolutely, it's His money. Amen.
Hmm. Absolutely. All of it is his, and he
Yes,
allows us to keep some of it to enjoy and use and take care of ourselves.
yes,
So he's so
yes.
gracious to us. Yes, absolutely. I would say this to people who you're like a big giver. Like I love to do things for people.
Yeah.
I know people who are very mercy oriented. Like incorporate that as a part of your budget because
Oh,
you
that's
can be
good.
so emotionally tied to it that you like, where all my money go? Like, but you realize you've been so gracious, like cooking for people and giving money to people and doing things. All that stuff costs money. And so if you're, if that's your heart and your gifts and what you love to do, you can do it. Just put it as a part of your budget to do it.
Bless you. That is so good. I needed that. I needed
Uh,
that. That's good. Yep. Because it's like I don't know why I didn't think to put it in the budget, but it's some stuff that we do outside because it comes up in different times, and then you don't think
mm-hmm.
about it, and then at the end it's like, oh well, I did do this, but it wasn't captured at the beginning. So I love that to just include that in the budget. Love it, love it, love it. So good. So good. So we talked about a lot of stuff, like a ton of stuff. And so I wanted to ask, so if someone, they're hearing this, they're watching it now, or they're gonna watch it on the replay, and we have these wonderful, wonderful 3 tips of setting realistic goals, distinguishing between your wants and your needs, and then managing your finances. Well, where would someone start with all this? Someone who's coming in and say, "Oh my God, this is just beyond overwhelming. I don't even know what to do." Where would someone start?
I would say start with determining what are your goals. Okay, this is what I want to accomplish. And then if you're struggling, like, I don't even know, like, most people can just think, okay, I at least want to get out of debt, or I at least want to build my emergency fund, or I want to increase my income. Whatever you're, just pray about what are my goals? What do I need to be working towards this year? And then it's easier from there to go backwards and, okay, what do I need to do?
I'm wondering if she froze on us or if I'm frozen. Which one is it? Can y'all let me know? Am I frozen or is she frozen? Can't hear Tiff. Okay. Okay. She must her she must got knocked off. Let's see. Let me see if she'll hop back on real quick. Let me send something to her. Okay, there she is. Okay. There you are.
I don't know what happened to me.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, so go ahead and finish. Again, I was just saying, like, if someone who's overwhelmed and they don't know where to start, and you said to what?
Start with just establishing what are my goals. What do I need to work towards? So if that's eliminating debt or increasing my cash flow income or improving my credit because I know I want to purchase a home within the next however many months or years. So start with thinking about what your goals are. And then, like I said, just having that accountability, like, I'm here for you. So just reach out to me. I'm glad to help you. I absolutely love it. I want people to know, I was sharing this with Tasha yesterday, like, don't be ashamed. Like, we have all been in financial mishaps. We've been in hit rock bottom. Like, we know what it's like. I am here to help people. There's no condemnation. It is, all right, this is what we need to do to move forward.
Amen. I love that so much. Love it so much. And I guess if any of you will take this time, I know you all have been so wonderful with asking questions throughout, but if there's any additional questions, we'll be taking those questions now. Or look, Tiffany will be taking those questions now. So if you have any questions, you can just drop those in the comments. And then, as I always like to say, this is recorded, so it'll be here for, however long, and I'll be checking throughout the weekend and through next week. If you remember something and want to jot it, leave something in the comments, I can always get it to Tiffany. Also, I had put in the comments her web address as well as how to find her her book, her journal on Amazon. And Margaret is asking, I needed that too, Margaret. Margaret is asking, what are the apps that you were suggesting about investing? No, one of them was Stash. What was the other one?
Acorns is another one.
You said acorn, like acorn on the tree?
Yes. Okay. Yes. It may be acorns with an S.
Oh, okay.
Acorns.
So stash, like stash something away.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. And let me tell you, another one of my absolute favorite apps is Personal Capital. I love it because it allows you to link all of your accounts. So I have my money market account, my savings, my checkings, my retirement account, my investment accounts. So all of my accounts are linked into one app, my credit cards. So whenever I could just go to one app and pull up everything. It also will send you an email and say, Tiffany, you spent $152 more today than you did this time last week. I'll be like, what? It's a form of accountability that it checks you, like when you get those emails, like, oh shoot, like I need to get back on my grind.
So that's Personal Capital for that one. Links all the accounts together. And then for investing again is Stash and Acorns.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And then Mary is saying writing a vision board. Yes, I love vision boards. Visually helps with planning.
That is true.
Margaret says she don't even know if she want to do that, like link everything together.
You do, Margaret.
Oh God! Gregory said personal capital will hurt your feelings. Oh my goodness, that is so fun.
Yes,
that's fun.
I love it though.
Yes. So any more questions, you guys? You have any more questions? While y'all are thinking of any questions, just want to thank everybody for showing up and just participating. And it's been just such a great time connecting, for one, with my long lost pal, Tiffany, from back in the day. And just catching up with her and just, you sharing your wealth of knowledge with us, even in this short period of time. So that's why I'm so excited to really connect with you, specifically on your free Fridays, and then just reaching out, helping
Yes,
help a sister out, reaching out, because I know who to go to, because I
absolutely.
was telling Tiffany, we bought our house like over 10 years ago, and then someone asked me about house questions. I can't tell you. I don't know. I remember that time being it's kind of stressful. But now I can say, oh yeah, Tiffany Cogdell, yes, that
Yeah,
makes sense. I'm going to send them to you. So I'm excited to again just to connect even more, and I hope to see all of you guys who are watching on the replay on her Friday show that
free
she had.
projects. Yes,
Yes.
come join us.
Debbie said that's really good to know about the personal capital, also for estate planning. So if your executor POA needs
Power
to
of
manage your
attorney.
account.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's just so much. Look, it's so many things, and that's why I think it's so awesome to have a resource like you. And that's one thing I just want people to get out of this. She's a resource. She has her free things that you offer, right? And you also offer free consultations, right?
Yes, I offer 20-minute free consultation. So anything that you're thinking about or want to set up a session, just give me a call, and I'm going to ask you what are your top 2 financial goals. So make sure you just kind of think through those, and then I'm glad to help you.
So awesome. My friend Felicia is tuning in. Hey, Felicia. So give her a little shout out. But yes, this has been so awesome. So awesome. We probably can keep right on talking because there's so much to talk about with finances. But I hope that you all can just kind of glean from this. It's recorded so you can watch it again. I've been trying to take notes in between, but I'm gonna be watching it again. I'm gonna be all up on that that makes sense website and Facebook page, and trying to get all the information and all the knowledge, because we all need it. We want to make sure in this area that we are doing what we can to be the best stewards that we can for the Lord, right? And to manage our finances well, so that he can increase us, as we were talking about at the beginning of the program. So before we close, I want you to just kind of, again, let everybody know where we can find you when we need you.
All right. So if you go to my website, it is thatmakesense.me. There you find all the information you need. You can schedule your consultation directly from there. You can also click on the journal from there as well. That will direct you to Amazon, where you can purchase that. And then I am on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So definitely look us up on Facebook under Free Financial Fridays. And one thing we recently started doing is doing giveaways. So everybody who's either on our Facebook Live or on the Zoom with us, we enter your name into a drawing. So last week, one of the participants won one of my journals. So she got it and posted it online. So each week we're doing giveaways. So you don't want to miss it.
It totally sounds like I should have been a part of this group like years ago. You got challenges, you have the monthly challenges, and you have giveaways. So those are like 2 of my favorite things. So I'm excited. Thanks, Debbie, for putting that. She put the link in the comments again for me. So thank you for that. So yes, this has been an amazing time. Again, as I've told Tiffany, I don't want this to be the last time. So hopefully we'll be able to get you back on the program to chat again sometime. And I'm definitely going to be, y'all can find me over there because I'm going to be plugged into these Financial Fridays, all up in the group on Zoom, trying to get my name put into the giveaway.
Thank you, Natasha, for inviting me. It's been an honor and so much fun to just come and talk about one of the things that I absolutely love. So
And we just love your spirit, gosh. Look at she just be beaming, right? But anyway, so guys, I hope you have a wonderfully blessed night, and I pray that the rest of your week goes well as your weekend, and hope that you come back for the next podcast. And Tiffany, if you can just stay on when I end it, you can just stay on and we'll chat a little bit. Okay, guys, have a good night. Bye.
Good night.